I love Robert Altman's Nashville. I love La Dolce Vita, but I also, I love crazy stuff like Dolomite, and I love the Marx Brothers. I love Horse Feathers. There's a Marlon Brando, Ponte Caravel movie called Burn, which is one of my favorite movies I always drag people to see. I'm very forgiving. I love all movies. And if someone loves a movie, I never say, oh, you're crazy. I always say, like, well, why? Some people try to convince you that your tastes are terrible. I find that if for some reason it brings you joy, I want to try to tap into that as opposed to squash it. My writing partner and I wrote a movie called Ed Wood, which is a movie about what a lot of people think is the worst filmmaker of all time. And I think one of the things we really tried to do is celebrate that. I grew up in Indiana, and my parents were divorced, so my dad didn't know what to do with a kid, so he'd always take me to the drive-in, and he would drink a couple beers and fall asleep, and I would sit there in the 1970s and just watch all these movies back to back. An actor named Rudy Ray Moore, Dolomite, The Human Tornado, P.D. Wheatstraw, The Devil's Son-in-Law. They are truly independent movies. Rudy Ray Moore was making movies with just like 3 of his friends, a camera, and in the Ralph supermarket parking lot without a permit. Very, very similar to the Ed Wood experience, but just with nunchucks and kung fu. Groucho does this little crazy dance where he kicks up his feet in one area. You don't really think of Groucho as a physical performer, but he's an amazing physical performer. And Chico, who's usually the underrated one, I love everything he does. I love the way he plays the piano. I love the way he shoots the keys. There's an energy there that I really love. Well, growing up in Indiana, I didn't know what my options were in life. And so when I went to see the movies, I could say, oh my God, I could do that. When you're really little, you're just identifying with the actors. You're sort of saying, oh yeah, I want to be Cool Hand Luke, or I want to be Al Pacino in Dog Day Afternoon. But once at a certain point something clicks in, you realize there's a consciousness behind the camera, that there's someone writing that story, or someone telling you that story. And when I made that connection, that was very important to me.